Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Roll up. Roll up. Roll up. Ladies and gentlemen, behold Mr. John Swinney, inventor of the new miracle tonic, Independence. Why, it's a constitutional cure-all, an electoral elixir, a national nostrum. Independence. It'll put hair on your chest and an extra zero on your bank balance. Independence. Guaranteed to prevent Tory governments and alleviate the symptoms of fiscal solvency. Do you suffer from the Barnett formula, the state pension, or other common Westminster ailments? Then you need Independence. Warning, may cause loss of currency and 60% of trade. Side effects include capital flight and prolonged exposure to the IMF. Always read the label. Just not too closely. The empty promises of a future made in Scotland make for a fitting manifesto for the SNP. The only oil they're interested in these days is snake oil. And a snake oil salesman is exactly what the First Minister sounded like as he unveiled this flimsy document before a modest band of party loyalists in Edinburgh. Swinney had vowed that secession would proudly sit on page 1, line 1 of his party's election manifesto, and there it was, vote SNP for Scotland to become an independent country. It only took them 17 years, but the SNP had finally kept a promise. The words were written in all caps and in a typeface visible from space, a part of the galaxy in which a couple of Swinney's candidates appear to reside. Reporters asked about SNP hopefuls accused of praising Vladimir Putin and casting doubt on whether Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad had used chemical weapons. I'm not saying this was an unhelpful distraction, but we condemn the actions of the Assad regime is not a clarification you want to be issuing at your manifesto launch. It wasn't easy to distract from independence, which was all Swinney wanted to talk about. Scotland, he assured us, needed independence for the powers to protect our NHS and independence for a better future. Independence was fundamental to the lives and concerns of ordinary people. There was no malady that couldn't be remedied by this panacea. Swinney made independence sound less like a policy and more like a miracle. Then again, it has made their poll lead vanish into thin air, so maybe that qualifies. To an audience with all the lively energy of a dentist's waiting room, the First Minister declared that a vote for the SNP was a vote against the two-child benefit cap. Labour's plans to continue that Tory policy showed Sir Keir Starmer's party was morally lost. I'm not sure the SNP is in any position to cast such aspersions. They'd be morally lost even if they had Mother Teresa as their GPS. Swinney is still speaking in that breathless, Jinx Crivens tone he does to feign disbelief. Of Labour's stance on the benefit cap, he sputtered, I can't fathom that. Where's the change? We've had honest Sarwar crib George H.W. Bush's watch my lips, and now Swinney appeared to be channeling Walter Mondale's where's the beef? Before this election's over, Alex Cole-Hamilton will have enjoined us to ask not what our country can do for proportional representation, but what proportional representation can do for our country. People are crying out for principled leadership, Swinney told his supporters. After 2 decades of the SNP in power, that was bound to happen. Principled leadership, it seems, includes maintaining the pretense that the health service isn't fully devolved to Holyrood, for Swinney proposed to keep the NHS in public hands bill. Voting SNP is a vote to protect our public services, he said. One wonders how we vote to protect our public services from the SNP. The First Minister pledged himself to Bairns not bombs as he reiterated the nationalists' wish to see Scotland left without nuclear defences. See, that's another benefit of independence no one talks about. We'd all be fluent in Russian pretty quickly. Mind you, some of Mr. Swinney's candidates might be up for that. Click here to visit the Scotland homepage for the latest news and sport.